G'day gamers, Ranger Tony here, back with another new playthrough. This is going to be, of course, an Oblivion playthrough, as is obvious by the screen you see behind me. I was watching a video the other day. I can't remember who it was by, because there's now been so many Oblivion videos on my feed that I cannot remember what was going on. I think it might have been Fudge Muppet, but anyway, it was a video that was describing the difference between Oblivion and Skyrim for new Oblivion players who had played Skyrim but had no real experience with Oblivion. And he was very briefly talking about the leveling options and the difficulty with leveling and stuff like that. And he mentioned something that really got me thinking, which was an option I had not thought of before. And I've done a little bit of research since then. And yeah, so the problem with leveling in Oblivion is each class has 7 major skills and the rest of the skills are considered minor skills. To level up, you have to get 1 or more levels in major skills. I think it's to a total of 10 or 20 or something like that, 10 levels. Anyway, you've got to get 10 levels in major skills for you to be able to level up your character. And then you sleep and you get to choose new, points to go into your different attributes and things like that. Now, the problem with that is that it works very different from most other games you've ever played. If you played Skyrim, when you level up, you get to choose which skill you want, which attribute you want to put points into. And it's only 3. There's just health, magicka, or stamina. But when you level up in Oblivion, you are told which attributes you can add points to, and that is based on which skills you leveled up in that last level. So if you leveled up skills that are to do with strength, you may be able to go anywhere from 1 to 5 points extra in strength. And if you've done something that's related to agility, you might be able to put anywhere from 1 to 5 points in agility. The more levels you've got in those skills that are related to those abilities, the more points that you can put in. So the problem is that if you don't level up the correct skills in the correct way during that level, you won't be able, ultimately you want to get +5 in, you got the 3 of your choice, barring luck, which you're only ever allowed to put +1 point in, and everyone says it's pointless to do. So the big problem becomes that as you level up, particularly early game, you want to be buffing your endurance as much as possible. There's only a small handful of skills, and I'm going to have to refresh myself on those. There's a small handful of skills that can be used to upgrade endurance, which is what gives you more health. And they're really not skills that you may actually want to be taking, but you have to level them up to get endurance, and without enough endurance, you're not going to survive in the game, full stop. And the 3 skills are Armorer, Block, and Heavy Armor. So imagine playing a mage. You're going to be forced to level either Armorer, which is hard to level because there's a limited number of repair hammers. You either have to buy repair hammers and repair stuff, and then as a mage, you're not going to have a lot of stuff to repair except loot that you've found. The block skill, forget that as a mage. You're not going to want to use that much at all, but you're going to be forced to do something with it. Or heavy armor, and again, you don't want or need heavy armor as a mage, but if you want more health, you've got to level up those skills. And those 3 skills may in fact be your minor skills as a magic user. So you have to make sure to remember to level those up before you finish getting the 10 levels in your major skills, because if you don't, it won't count. So it's It's really frustrating to level up in Oblivion, which is why in my previous playthroughs I have always used a mod which just gives you a +3 to any, a +5 to any of the skills that you have gained points in. Still doesn't help you as a mage, because you wouldn't have gained points in armor block or heavy armor, so you wouldn't be able to get any more endurance. But taking all of that aside, you do get a small health increase every level, but if you get that endurance bonus, you get a much better way of doing it. So anyway, I've seen a lot of videos, I've seen a lot of talk, I've read a couple of different wikis, all talking about how to level up your character. And you'll see plenty of videos on YouTube, and I may end up creating a separate video for this. What I'm going to do is something which is not really like officially named. I'm going to call it minor skilling, right? So first of all, the way everyone recommends you do things is something called efficient leveling. And that means you have to plan everything out with precision. Now, when I say plan, when I play a game like any of the Baldur's Gates or any of the Pathfinder type games, I will plan out what I want to do at each level. If there's going to be a skill point, and you've seen some of my build videos where I have that full plan there and I show you what's going to happen at each point. At this level, you're going to do this. At that level, you're going to do that. That's slightly different from the planning you have to do in Oblivion, because in Oblivion, you have to plan the skills you are going to use to get to the next level, just so that you can get the attribute points that you want. And that makes it very hard for you to actually just play the game, because you might be in the middle of a quest and you have to, I've got to stop. I've got 9 levels in major skills and I don't have enough levels in my minor skills to get me the points that I want when I level up. So I now have to completely stop this and go and do something else and hope it doesn't raise any of my major skills until I get it done. It is ridiculously hard. So that's efficient leveling. And there's even there's an Android app that will help you to plan all this out. And I look at it and go, this is just way too much effort to play the game. I can understand a little bit of planning, like I said, with other games where when you get the level, you plan what you want to take at that level, but this is planning how to get to each level, and that's just way too complicated. So the other option that is used is one that's called underleveling. And what that is you deliberately make sure that you don't go too high in your levels, so that, because every time you get a level, all of your opponents get a level, and by the end of the game, it means the opponents, even if you do efficient leveling, essentially the opponents are... Yes, and you're right, some spells and things like that don't scale up very well. But as you level up, all your opponents level up, and even using efficient leveling, by the end of the game, once you get level 25, which is your maximum level, your opponents are still not a breeze. They're not a complete walkover, right? And so it can still be all this effort, and it's not like super easy. And then, the next thing people recommend is, well, then just turn the difficulty slider down. And I look at it and go, I'm playing this at the default game level. The game should be balanced enough that I can play at that level and not have a problem. Okay, so underleveling. In underleveling, you don't level up beyond a certain point. Some people have different levels they want. Some people just say never level up. Other people say, well, I get to level 10 or 15, and that seems to be a good point for me. Now, the way this works is you just don't sleep, right? You decide, I'm not going to sleep, because sleeping is the mechanic that is used for you to level up in Oblivion. And that becomes a problem because there are certain quests in the game where you have to sleep, right? So I saw another thing which really didn't have a title for it. And I said, that's what I want to try. And I'm calling it minor skilling, right? And what we're going to do is we are going to create a custom class, but none of the abilities that we are going to use will be major skills. We're going to put all of our major skills are going to be things that we are never going to touch, which means we will never level up. So we're essentially going to be playing this entire game at level 1 and seeing how it works, whether it is feasible. This is not being done as a way to say, can you beat Oblivion at level 1? Not really. The point here is to see if by not leveling, or by what I call minor skilling, is that an efficient way to go? Now, minor skilling means all of the skills that we level up are going to be minor skills, which means essentially at the start of the game they're going to be less than what they would be normally. So combat and stuff might be a little bit harder at the start, but you'll get better and better as time goes by. But none of your enemies will level up. So they will all be at the lowest possible level. That still might not make it easy, but any of our skills will increase. So we will have, eventually, if we go long enough, we might be able to, for example, get to, I'm going to be playing this naturally as a ranger. So my marksman skill, for example, might get to 100. That means that even with the most basic bows in the game, I'm going to be doing more damage than a normal archer. And I'm going to be able to shoot faster, and any of those little perks that come automatically as part of leveling the marksman's skill. I'm also going to have light armor, but my light armor should be more protective than anybody else's light armor because I've leveled it up, but I haven't leveled my character up. I've leveled up the skill, but not the character. The same with things like sneak, with acrobatics, and stuff like that. So the hope is that this will mean that my character becomes more powerful later game than my opponents do, and that way I can get through the game. Now, I have played around with this a little bit. I have tested this out. At least very, very early game, this does seem feasible. The hardest opponent I've come across so far early game are the zombies. They take quite a few hits to take down with a bow. I'm not going to just use bow. I'm also going to use blade as well. And we're going to see how that goes. Oblivion, to me, seems like a game that it is a little bit easier to have multiple weapon types. My feeling in Skyrim, playing on adept level or higher, at adept level, which is the default level in Skyrim, it is possible to, if you really work at it, you can level up like, say, a bow and a sword as your 2 weapons. But the problem is, you really have to work at it, because if you just use one weapon, you gain levels in that very quickly in Skyrim, well, comparatively quickly, and you can then put perk points in it, and it becomes a good weapon, you know, by level 10 sort of thing onwards. You're getting good at the skill, and you can really start to do a lot of damage. But if you try and spread your usage out between multiple weapons, it means that in the later game, you just don't have the skill in those weapon types to increase the damage enough to make them really viable, particularly at higher difficulty levels. You know, nobody plays, or very few people try and play at master or legendary difficulty in Skyrim and use multiple weapons. If you see anyone doing like a legendary playthrough and they say, I'm going to be a legendary fighter, and they're using the 2-handed hammer, for example, that will be the only weapon they use. They won't have like a bow as backup or anything like that, because by the time they get to a point where they're doing a good amount of damage with that hammer, the bow is doing almost no damage to enemies, and it's worthless. So at high levels, you would have to be either using some exploits to level up that skill quickly, or paying a lot of money to level up the skill, things like that, and it can be very hard. But in Oblivion, the game seems like it works a little bit better because you don't have perk points. It might be possible to level up both a sword and a bow, but I'm going to be using the bow primarily. I'm going to try and level up the blade and see how we go as well. If we get to a point where it's just not working, I'm going to stick with the bow. Now, I don't have any mods to make the bow better, so I'm using the default bow, which might be a problem because previous times when I've played this, I've used bow mods to improve the arrow drop so it doesn't drop quite as much, and the draw speed to make it so that it's a little bit quicker. We'll see how we go. But enough talking. We haven't really done anything yet. Let's dive on in. Now, because we're never going to level up, our starting stats are going to be important here. Now, I've looked at all of the things, and I need a little bit of help because all of the skills that I'm going to be using are going to be minor skills. So they're going to have a very low starting level. Normally, it would be 10 or 15, depending on the race. I feel like the best race for this build, and it depends on what you're going for, but for this build, the best race is going to be Dark Elf, because they start with a bonus to swords and bows, as you can see here. Sword and bow and destruction magic. Now, we're not going to be using destruction magic at all. In fact, it's probably going to be marked as one of our major skills, but we'll get to that later. The name, I don't know why I've been going for this name a little bit lately. It's actually silly, but Mankar Cameron is one of the bad guys, so turn Mankar around and it's Rachnam. Okay, so, well, Wood Elf would be good, but Wood Elf has no bonus to so the Wood Elf has good, they're the best archers, but they have absolutely no bonuses to blades. And because I want to try and make this character be able to use both blade and marksman, the best option is Dark Elf. And in fact, if I look into it even further, let me just confirm this. I think the starting abilities of the starting stats of a Dunmer are slightly better than the Bosma. Yeah, Dunmer. So I start with 10 points extra in strength. I start with 40 strength as a Dark Elf rather than 30 for a Bosma. We have the same intelligence of 40. We have the same willpower of 30. Neither of those are going to be a big issue because I'm not using much magic. I'm going to be using restoration magic. The Bosma do have 10-point advantage in agility, which is useful for bows, but I'm still starting with 40 in agility, which is better than, it's equal to or better than most races. And there's only a couple of races that start with a 50 in agility. So I'm happy with that. I've got equal speed to a Bosma. I've got equal endurance to a Bosma. I've got equal personality, and I've got equal luck. So the only thing I'm losing out on is 10 points of agility. Well, this is a good game. I actually prefer Skyrim Gutterflower over Oblivion, but if they would just fix, Oblivion is good, don't get me wrong, it's just the leveling system which sucks, which is why I'm doing this playthrough, to see if there's a better way to do it. So yeah, I think that the reason why I'm going with Dunmer is that little bit better balance between sword and bow. Well, I do get the summon ability, but I probably will forget to use it like I always do. So we'll see what happens with that. So I'm just going to do that. I don't care too much about the look. And all of these quest stuff. Okay, we're running properly. Let's get this guy talking. And then we'll sit here. So unfortunately, it's going to take a little while before we get to pick our birthstone. And then, of course, we have to look at our class. Oh, yes, that is the ability in this game that I absolutely love, is the ability to be able to use magic without having an empty hand to put it in. That is definitely the best ability in this game. And that is one of the things I want them to bring back with Elder Scrolls 6. Oh, I've played... Well, depends on what you mean by a paladin-style character. I've played spell mages, spell swords in both games. I've played a character that uses magic and, you know, melee damage. It's possible to do. It just becomes a right royal pain in the butt. I never play two-handed sword and spell in Skyrim, though, because swapping it out is just impossible. Whereas here you can do it. You don't have to swap anything out. Yep, I've done it with the Knights of the Nine DLC. That was the main one that I did. Let me get through this as quickly as we can. Still, my brain is still so hardwired, even though I've played several, a few hours of this over the last week or so. I am your emperor. I've done sword and shield, restoration magic, and heavy armor in both. Yeah, I just haven't done two-handed weapon and restoration magic. Well, I have done a two-handed playthrough in Skyrim.
Please, sire, we must keep moving. Better not close this one. There's no way to open it from the other side. Looks like this.
But my last playthrough of Skyrim that finished just a week or so ago, and you can see the videos on my YouTube channel, was what I called a Jedi, not a Jedi, but a Jedi. I think it's said the precursor to the Jedi. It was basically a spell knight build, so sword in one hand, spell in the other in Skyrim, but it was no destruction. So the spell that was in the other hand was from a mod that added the Unrelenting Force Shout as a spell, and that was so pushing back opponents with one hand and then attacking them with weapons in the other. And yeah, that was an interesting playthrough, but I got through it at adept level, at the default level. We're going to take that sword, even though we don't really want to use it. We're probably going to use the short sword. We'll use the other one for now, I guess. Okay. I'm going to put that on our 2 slot, because it's not going to be our primary weapon. And let's put that in our 5 slot. And I'll drop that for the moment until we get better weapons. Oh, and I want to put that on my 8 slot. Not that I really ever change the spell very much at the moment, but let's just do a full save here. Yeah, the Knights of the Nine armor buffs and everything are really good in this game. The problem is that the enemies in that mod are so hard that you will find yourself almost running out of charge on those weapons, magical charge, after just killing, 2 or 3 opponents, because it takes so many hits to take them down. And that's the whole issue with the leveling. And I'm going to see whether there are still going to be leveling issues. Ooh, where is the other? There you are. Come here. We're going to see if there's going to be leveling issues when we don't level. Okay, got my bow that I want. Yes, I know about that. Oh, that's right. I've got to do that, don't I? Hang on. I have played the Ordinator mod once on stream, I think. I've played around with it a little bit. I'm not going to say I was disappointed with it or anything, but I do sort of prefer the default leveling, and I don't really know why. The default stuff. But anyway, okay. Rusty Iron Bow is now number 1. Let's equip all of this leather armor. Probably going to get rid of it later on. Get rid of these because we don't need them. I'm not picking up everything on the way out because, quite frankly, there's just a lot of stuff here that I do not want or need. Arrows, I'm taking. Lockpicks, I'm taking. Potions and scrolls and keys, of course. Yeah, but see, I don't understand why. I'm going to get the sword out because I didn't get enough time to take a bow to that guy. It just doesn't make sense to me that there should be an option to do damage with a restoration spell, because it's restoration. Like, even the default game having, well, with the, I think it was added with the new Creation Club stuff that came out. There is a poison rune. That's like, that's a restoration spell. But anyway. Okay. I want to get through this as quickly as possible. Oh. Come on. Damn zombies. G'day, St. Salvius. How you doing? Oh. Hello there, Mr. Rat. Back with the torch that I get. I'm always looking for arrows. Don't care about the rest of the stuff. I'm actually, I don't know if I sound a little bit funny, but I've had a really bad cold for the last week, which is why I wanted to do this stream a week ago, but I couldn't. So apart from that, I'm doing great. Yeah, I don't have a problem with the whole restoration doing damage to undead, and I can understand the smite evil, I suppose. It's just that everything in Elder Scrolls games is evil. Oh. Yeah, good. This is leveling up my light armor skill. Alright. Well, there's the other guy. Got him. I wish I could get into that chest there. Oh, there's still one more. How is there still another damn rat in here? That's one more than there usually is, I think. Alright. I don't want any of the junk down there because A, it is all junk, and B, it's all heavy junk. I'll take that. Gold. Let's get the torch back out. Oh, it's just a tin jar. There's a couple of gold there. Ah, maybe the rat that's normally down here was... Oh, maybe that's what it was. No. There we go. Oh, I need to heal a little bit, don't I? All of that. Is that another? Yeah, that is one there. I think there's another one. No? Yeah, there's another one. Well, I think it's probably pretty... Well, actually, no. I was going to say it's probably pretty obvious that my favorite build in Skyrim would be the Sneaky Archer, and it is, but I also like mages. And after I've done this playthrough, like this will take multiple streams to do, I'm probably just going to go through the main quest line on this one. But once I've done that, I want to try this same technique with a mage, because the big problem is that without leveling, I'm never going to get an increase in magicka. And what it almost becomes then is, can you get through the game with only sort of low-level spells as well? Because while I can go and buy higher level spells, I will not have the magicka to be able to do them. Actually, if I want to be exact, so my favorite build is Sneaky Archer, but it's actually Sneaky Crossbowman, because the crossbow is just way more powerful than the bows, particularly with the Creation Club content from the Anniversary Edition adding extra crossbow types in. The crossbow is faster than the default, than any of the bows, and it does more damage. The base crossbow that came with the Dawnguard DLC, right, is about as powerful as an elven bow, and yet you can get it at level 1. Whereas you just cannot find or make or anything an elven bow at low level. So crossbow is by far the better weapon. And as I said, if you get the Anniversary Edition and have all of that DLC, oh, I haven't done that yet, have I? Hang on. That needs to go into the 4 slot. There we go. If you get that, you get, an Imperial bow, which is like better than the default crossbow, and then there's an Elvish bow and a Dwarvish. Well, there's already a Dwarvish bow, but there's an Elvish bow, and there's Ebony bow, and there's an Orcish bow, and I think there's a Daedric bow even, and then there's the Dragonbone bow, all of which are just way, way better than the normal... Sorry, these are all crossbows I'm talking about. There's Imperial crossbow, Elvish crossbow, Orcish crossbow, There's even a silver crossbow. And there's a few extra bolt types as well. And overall, they are just supremely better than not a problem. Yeah, I'll explain what I'm doing here. So this is this the right way? Yes, this is. Okay, so in an attempt to get around the leveling problems in Oblivion and not wanting to do efficient leveling because it means you have to micromanage absolutely everything, this is going to be inspired by some stuff I saw on a YouTube video and read about in the wikis. But no, I've never actually seen someone do this in a playthrough. I'm sure people have, but I haven't found videos on it yet. And it doesn't have an official name, but I'm calling it, what am I calling it? Minor skilling. So rather than, so there's under leveling or zero leveling where you do not level up your character. And that is essentially what is happening here. The character will not level up, but the character won't level up because we are going to create a class in which none of the skills that we use are major skills, because you only level up when you get 10 levels in your different major skills. And if that means if we don't have major skills that we use for anything, we will not level up. And so we're essentially going to be doing this entire playthrough as a level 1 character, but we are going to have an advantage over all of our opponents because we are going to be able to increase the skills that we do want to use, even though they're minor skills. So the skills are going to start off a little bit worse than if we were to build a custom class that was everything we wanted to use. But it means in the long run, skill-wise, we're going to have the advantage over all of our opponents. We might not have the health, but we're going to have all the skills. And we're going to see if that works to get us through the game. And I'm not using, like previously I've used mods that help with the leveling, but I'm not going to be doing that here because, you know, why should I? Yeah, there are some insane spells that you can create in this game. The problem is that a lot of them use a lot of magicka as well. Some of the best spells, you can create a spell which lowers. So, for example, yes, I know about the fatigue issue. There we go. Let's get the sword out. Okay. You want to... There we go. You can create spells that do things like lower their resistance or make them vulnerable to fire magic, and then, like, so you stack the effects one after the other. The first effect is, you know, drain fire resistance, and then the next effect is hit them with fire damage, so that in the one thing that hits them, bang, your opponents get, so you're doing basically the opposite of what you're doing there. That reflection is a good thing to do. It does work well. But some of the other things that I have seen done are around making your opponent weaker. And you can do it to just magic in general. You can make your opponent weaker to magic and then you know, hit them with whatever the damage is going to be. And in fact, if you make them weaker to all magic and have that effect stay on them from several seconds, it's going to stack so that each time you hit them, you're doing a little bit more damage because they're getting a little bit more weaker to magic. Stand still. Here we go. Come on. God, this bow is so slow. Worse even than the bows in Skyrim. One more good hit should have him. Yeah, I know my health isn't low. That's not low health. Alright, that's all the enemies in this room. CL4B, thanks for the follow. I don't know whether that's supposed to be Clab or whatever, but yeah. Thanks, Gutterflower. Have a good one. Let's just double check that we actually looted all these bodies correctly and got everything off them we want. I do not want to be carrying around heavy weapons and stuff. Oh, I forgot that that was here. That opens up the gate. Not that it matters. But let's see if there's any arrows to pick up off these guys. There's one. So the biggest problem, as I said before, with this method of gameplay is because I don't level up, I'm not going to have access to very good gear. It's likely that the most powerful stuff I come across will be steel. I may not even be able to get silver or anything higher just because I'm not leveling up. And I think in this game, the access to the better equipment is based on my physical level, not my skill level in various things. So, for example, if I have my marksman skill at 100, that's not going to give me access to all the bows in the game. But it should have been that way, but I don't believe it is. So that's going to be the hardest part about this, is not having access to higher level weapons. Oh, that's locked. Right. Oh, we got in, and we want all of that. Okay, I need to heal up a bit. And we don't have a lot of magicka, and we don't have a lot of ability to heal, but we will survive. Let's just, because we have, where are they? A couple of repair hammers. Let's make some effort to at least get that bow back to good. And make sure it's doing as much damage as possible. Actually, there's not much chance to sneak attack from here on in.
What makes you think help will get here before more of those bastards? We need to get the Emperor out of here.
No, he is not one of them. He can help us. He must help us. They cannot understand why I trust you. They've not seen what I've seen. How can I explain? Listen.
Okay, so what birth sign to take here? Ultimately, something that's going to give me some advantages. Now, Lady is a really good option here because that gives me 10 points to willpower and 10 points to endurance. The 10 points to endurance will give me more health. The 10 points to willpower will give me more magicka. That would be useful for this character because I don't have a lot. The Thief, the 10 points to agility, speed, and luck all really help in a marksman type build. Well, luck maybe not so much, but agility and speed, yeah. The other ones that are probably pretty good, the Steed, just the extra speed would be nice, even though I sort of start at a pretty good, yeah, I start at a pretty high speed anyway. And the strength and endurance of the warrior is pretty good too. I think I'm actually going to take the Lady because of the willpower and endurance. I don't need a lot of magicka. Luck is supposed to affect... It's really vague. It says in the abilities that luck is supposed to affect everything that you do, but there's really not a lot of evidence that it actually does. And some people have sort of tried to sort of play the game with, you know, as high a luck as possible and with no luck and see if things are any different. It's really hard to tell. So I'm not going to bother doing anything to try and buff my luck at all. Except I'm just letting it stay at the default 50 and that's fine by me. Let me just see what the wiki about luck says. It governs no skills directly. Luck above 50 influences events in your favor, and luck below 50 influences events against you. So it does look like it's supposed to, in the background, add like a small bonus to all of your skills, but it's only when your skill is, your luck is over 50, and it's not entirely clear if it really does. So I'm not going to bother with it. You could go for a big luck build. The problem with luck is, apart from the birth sign that you take, everybody starts with the same 50 luck, all races and all sexes. The other thing in this game is that depending on your sex, you have different stats. So that is just stupid. But anyway, all races start with the same 50 luck. So that's the default level, no changes. If you take one of the birth signs that buffs your luck, then great, you start with that bonus. But then every time you level up, you can put at most 1 point into luck. So you can never really get, like, I can't remember which birth sign that was, that gave a bonus to luck. But there's got to be a maximum, the Thief sign. So that gives you a plus 10 to luck. And then the maximum, if you create a custom class, you can get a plus 5 to luck by setting it as one of your primary attributes, which means you can start with a maximum of 65, and then there is, you know, you can level up to level 25 in this game, which means the maximum you can get your luck to is 90. You can never get it to 100. So I don't know. I'm not going to bother with it in this playthrough. But some people swear by it. Other people say it doesn't do anything, because it just doesn't appear to do anything. So I don't know. No, I think I need to keep the sword out. How do I? Let me... Let's keep going. Let's quick save in case something goes wrong. Now, there's a chest right here. All of that. And then they're going to come down. Whoop.
Not much farther.
Nothing to get off those bodies. Do.
The end is in sight.
All right. Oops, I want that potion. Even if I'm not going to use it, I can sell it. And this chest here, which I always have to remember, even though it's out in plain sight, I often don't notice it.
Hold up. I don't like this. Let me take a look.
All right. Wait for the Emperor to die, and then we get to build our class, which it's taken a little bit longer than I expected. It's 52 minutes in, but that's because I spoke a lot at the start. Which, yeah, I know I have a tendency to waffle on at times. Damn it, I want to do that. I have to.
It's a dead end. What's your call, sir? I don't know. I don't see any good options here. They're behind us. Wait here, sire. Wait here with the Emperor. Guard him with your life. For the Emperor! Yeah!
I can go no further.
Stranger, chose a bad day.
For the blade and the Emperor! No. Talos, save us.
Talk to you. Okay. What does he think I'm going to be?
They say he must.
It always amuses me to see.
Joffrey, nothing although you may. First, you need to get out of. It's a secret way out of here. You'll need. There are rats and goblins down there.
An agent.
From what I've seen of you, I'm guessing you're an experienced agent. Am I right?
Agent. Stealth, personality and agility, security, sneak, acrobatics, marksman, illusion, mercantile, and speechcraft. That's not quite what we're going to go for. Let's just select that because I think hopefully that'll then do that as the picture to go with our class. Now, I've seen people say that when you do this method of minor skilling, you don't pick the specialization that you want. You pick something else, but that makes no sense to me. I'm doing a custom one. Even if it was already a class, I'm doing a custom one because I'm doing what I call minor skilling. So let me show you. So I'm going to pick stealth because that is what I want. Acrobatics, light armor, marksman, I don't care about mercantile. Security and sneak are definitely all skills that I want. And speechcraft. I want those skills to increase faster. So they'll get a +5 to start with, which is good. We want those with +5. My two favorite attributes. So I could put luck here, but I'm not. I'm going to do Maybe I should do... agility and endurance rather than... I was going to do agility and speed, but speed will level up. No, speed won't level up. No, I think endurance just gives me a little bit more health, just in case. We'll see. But normally I would pick agility and speed here. Now, it's with the skills that we're going to turn everything around. So normally I would say, well, you know, I want acrobatics, I want blade, I want light armor, I want marksman, I want restoration, I want sneak, and I want security. Great. No, we want all of those to be minor skills, because that way we won't level up if they are minor skills. So, skills that we definitely are never going to use, and more importantly, these can't be skills that are passively used. So, I shouldn't be selecting something like speechcraft and mercantile as one of these major skills, because they will just automatically get leveled up. So, alchemy and alteration we're not going to use. We are probably going to use some armorer to repair our gear over time. I'm going to take blade. I could, if I wanted to, like I'm going to try and use a blade in this as well as a bow. I could leave blade out, and it would make it even easier to pick the 7. So let's pick blunt, because we're not going to use that. Conjuration, because we don't want to use that. We don't want to use destruction. I'm going to try and leave heavy-handed in. Hand-to-hand in, because you never know. I might mistakenly swing at something without a weapon in my hand. Heavy armor, I don't want to use. Illusion, I'm going to keep, because I might want to use the light spells. Light armor has to stay as a minor. Marksman has to stay as a minor. Mercantile. Mysticism, even though the sense life stuff might be nice, I'm going to select that. And that's good. So anything that's not highlighted is stuff that I can freely level up without it actually leveling up my character level. And that's the whole point, because that's going to make it easier for us to play the game, because our opponents won't level up either. But we are going to get the advantages of having, for example, high-level marksman means I do more damage with my bow. High-level light armor means the armor is more effective, but my opponents won't gain any of those advantages because they're all still going to be level 1. And it also means, because we're never going to be increasing any of these skills, it means it should be safe for us to sleep if we really want to. All right, and we're going to call this class Ranger Plus. Good, it did use that as the image. Done. Yes.
I wasn't far off. You must go out by...
Okay, that gave him the sword that I was carrying, so I better get the other short sword. Or do I use the iron longsword? The steel short sword does as much damage. No, I'll use this. I may end up going to a two-handed sword eventually, but I just don't know. I have found recently that when I'm playing, the smaller weapons swing so much faster that they feel like they're more usable. But that's because I'm just swinging wildly and not, carefully timing my swings and all that sort of stuff. And I really should be. I should be being a little bit more tactical and blocking properly and stuff like that. Okay, we need to pick this. Oh yes, if I haven't already mentioned, I am using a mod which replaces the default lockpicking mechanism, because I hate the lockpicking minigame in this. Yep, the idea is to stay level 1 the entire way through. as a way to defeat the whole leveling is really hard in this game. And if you don't level properly, by the time you get up to high levels, your opponents are actually way more powerful than you, and the game becomes incredibly hard. In my previous playthroughs, I got around that by installing a mod which allowed me to put an automatic +5 into any of my attributes when I leveled up. But that is a cheaty way to do things. And it still doesn't really fix the problem, because ideally in this game you need to level endurance, particularly early game, but all the time really. You need to have a lot of endurance to get your health up so that you're not disadvantaged later on when you come across opponents who are have massive health pools. But the only way to level health in this game is armorer, heavy armor, or what was the third one? Damn it. Hang on, I'll find it. Block. And so for certain character types, certain build types, there are no easy way to level any of those skills. For example, if you want to be a mage, how are you going to level armorer, block, or heavy armor? You don't, unless you want to play as a mage in heavy armor, which not everybody does. And, if you want to do a pure mage playthrough, you cannot do. So, yeah, and then armorer, you've got limited opportunities to level up with that, because there's only so many repair hammers available in the game, and also only so many items that need repair. In particular, as an example, like I said earlier, if you're playing as a mage, you usually have almost nothing to repair, because you're wearing normal clothes. And about the only thing you might have that might need some repair might be a staff. And so you're not going to be able to level that up very much at all. And yet, if you want to get an increase in that every single level, you've got to do a lot of work. And you've got to take time out from your adventuring and what have you to gain the levels in these other skills that you need, just so that you can survive. And yeah, I don't want to do that. I just want to play the game. So this is the easiest way to attempt to play the game, and that is by just not leveling. Oh, can't even get my arrow back. Right, let's do this. We are out and about. Still, no matter how much I play this game, my brain is hardwired to do things like press M to go to the map. Nuh-uh, not in this game. Okay, let's go into the market district and see. Wow. Normally I come and it's late afternoon. It's not this late. So we can't sell anything. How much are we carrying? More than I would like. All right. Well, we don't need to pick up a lot of stuff here, so let's just go around the market and see if there's anything useful. Silver urn, that sells for a bit. There's a lot of clothes in these things, and things like these cloth bundles, but those cloth bundles weigh so much. Even though they're 4 gold each, all I'm really looking for are repair hammers, gold, and like silver stuff, you know, like we found that silver urn. This playthrough, I'm going to do just the main quest line. I've done a lot of the content well, I've done some of the DLCs previously. I did recognize when I started thinking about doing this playthrough that the one main bit of content I've never done is the Shivering Isles, and I am interested in doing that at some point. But, as I said, I want to see if it is possible to do this minor skilling technique as a mage. That's going to be really difficult, though, because you're not going to ever get any more magicka than what you have when you start the game. Right? But if the low-level spells are effective enough, it's not going to be too much of a problem. And I have done a little bit of testing, and I even closed the first Oblivion gate as a minor skilled mage, and I successfully did that. And so it might be possible. So I want to do that as my next playthrough after this. Go through as a mage. Can I get all the way through? And if I can get through the main quest line, I will then consider doing some of the other DLCs in the mage playthrough. Because I really do like playing as a mage. Just as much as I do as a ranger. Maybe more in some cases. So we're just looking for some high value looty stuff in here. That's everything there. So just to help us at the start of the game. And seeing as we have the DLC, I may go and get one of the houses that are sort of freely available. Just as a place to put stuff when I'm not adventuring. Things that I don't want to be carrying around with me absolutely everywhere I go. Okay, I think that's all the containers here. Let's just quickly zip around to the other areas around the map. By the time I've been all the way around the city and looked in all of the cases, I should... Oop, those lockpicks, please. I should... it should be not quite morning, but close enough that I only have to wait for a couple of hours for the shops to open. Repair hammer. Yep. As far as I'm aware, this loot is always random. Although I do notice that, like, for example, these 3 barrels here seem to have food in them. Every time I come to this spot, those 3 barrels will always have some sort of food in them. It might not always be the same, but there'll always be food in those barrels, whereas other barrels will have, you know, regular items in them. And actually, strangely, physically, there's nothing to distinguish those barrels from anything else. Like when you first look at them, you don't look at them and go, ah, that's definitely going to be a food barrel. It's not until you actually take a peek in them to see what they are. Can't open that chest because it's locked. And I don't want to make anyone upset. Okay, straight through here. There's nothing in this. I should just... what am I doing? There's nothing in the temple district either. Let's just fast travel to the waterfront. That is the start of the quest, I believe, that goes to the Shivering Isles. Hammer, breaches. These two are always food. Let's get that athletic skill up. Oh, and acrobatics. Oh, that was locked anyway. Good. I didn't realize this is a house you could buy. But I'm not going to buy it because there's a few free ones around. Most notably, that one there, Frostcrag Spire, and that one there, Battlehorn Castle. I also believe that, well, that's the strange door that they just mentioned before. I believe that, where is it? That one there is another house as well. I know I've checked all of those out in previous playthroughs. A little annoyed I'm not finding any backpacks. Got a backpack mod installed and I want some backpacks to help with storage. And I'm not finding anything. I wonder if I just somehow disabled that mod by mistake. I hope not. Very concerned I disabled the mod by mistake.
Speak.
No, we're good. There's a tiny backpack. Not going to put it on yet because it doesn't really... The tiny backpack is useless. It doesn't really do much. So I want to see if there's a better one. Torches do I have at the moment? 11. Yeah, okay, good. Another silver urn. From there. All right. Oh, hang on. Yeah, I want to leave this way.
What is it, citizen?
Another tiny backpack.
You have my ear, citizen.
All right, looks like the best we get is a tiny backpack, which doesn't help a lot. It only adds 10 carry weight. Hopefully, when we're out adventuring, we can find something better, because we're not going to be able to buy anything better for a while, because I'm pretty sure they're pretty expensive. Where do we need to go here? It's a shame I can't do the little trick with that you could do in Skyrim to make it so that it just happens instantly. Okay.
Have a look around.
Pretty sure he has a steel bow. Not today. Okay, last time I came in here, he had a steel bow. Alright.
Stop talking.
Yeah, rightio. That reminds me, I need to repair stuff, don't I? Definitely want to repair this gear. And we might as well repair those, because why not? Let's go and sell.
Hello. What kind? Have a look around. You won't find better prices in all Tamriel.
Do you have a backpack? No. Alright. I don't want that. I don't think I need 51 lockpicks. They don't break as often. Let's sell 26 of them. Gives me a bit more coin. I'm using the iron longsword as my backup, I think. So let's get rid of that.
That's
Sort of. Problem is the iron longsword weighs twice as what this does, but this is doing the same amount of damage and it swings quicker. I don't know. Okay, sell the backpack I'm not using. Mortar and pestle, I'm not going to use. All the ale. Basically just keeping healing potions. Don't need sorcery, don't need anything else.
bit of gold.
At least not right now. And get rid of all these scrolls.
You've made a good bit of gold.
And the soul gems. At least for now.
A good. That a good. That's
Alright, 7:31.
come back and see me again. Goodbye. Please come. I'm listening.
I don't think it helps you get a better price with traders. I think it's only useful if you want to get like rumors and information and stuff. I've never really tried it.
Come to only quality goods for sale here. What can I interest you in?
Yeah, you don't have any backpacks.
You too.
Discount spells. No, I don't care about that. I might be switching to fur armor as I find it, because it weighs less than the leather armor that I'm wearing at the moment, but seems to have the same amount of protection. So
Welcome to
ultimately it might have less durability. I don't know. How much does steel claymore? Steel claymore weighs a lot, but it's actually not much heavier than the steel longsword, or I think the iron longsword. Yeah, I'm going to sell that for the moment.
Come back and see me again.
That's actually about everything I want to do in town for the moment. Now, there is... I just want to check what the prices are on buying a larger backpack. So this is tiny. I think there's medium and large or something like that. There is a trader, strange enough, wearing a backpack right here.
I offer the finest goods and lowest price.
Okay, so the small backpack is 1,500, medium backpack, which gives you 75, and then the huge backpack, which gives you 200. I think there's a large and then a huge or something, but I really want to find that at some point. I'm not going to worry about it just yet. I could... Normally, I like to come... There's a cave here and there's another thing over here. I like to come and do those first before I go running off to Wayan Priory. There's actually a couple of, like, broken down old forts along the road here, which I can do as well. I just don't know... Both of these take quite a while to do. These ones along here. Let's head to the Priory. Why not? I think it would actually let me fast travel to the city, but I want to go and do these dungeons on the way. Yeah, the only thing I don't like about the backpack mod is that the huge backpack just looks ridiculously large on someone's back. But it does hold a hell of a lot, so I suppose it makes sense. There was another mod that I was playing with the other day that also includes a backpack, but it's only a single-size backpack. And I think it only adds like 75 and that's it.
You need something... What can I interest you in?
Oh yeah, you've got the really good special stuff.
Walk always in...
Oh, another tiny backpack to sell. What's he sitting on? A hand scythe. Ouch. All right, this is the entrance we want. Oops, I don't have the weapon that I want set up as the hotkey. That would explain why. Hang on. Yeah, it doesn't look bad. I mean, that wolf's not the best looking wolf, but you know, it's... I don't have any... No, I don't think I added any like texture mods or anything like that to it. It's just running at the highest level graphics it can handle. Oh. Oh, maybe I did add some texture stuff in. I can't remember now. But still, yeah, it looks pretty good. It looks pretty nice. Okay. Let's get the bow back out. Did we... did we use up our torch? No? Come on. There we go. Sneak, sneak, sneak.
Hello. Who's there? Who's there? Damn rats. Always... Jump on my sword while you...
That's a better bow than I'm currently using, so... might just switch to that. Well, let's confirm that, I guess. That's doing 2 damage compared to my 1. Let's swap that over. And while I think of it, let's just... there we go. I'm only going to be selling that other gear, but repairing it helps my skill and maybe means that it sells for a little bit more. I'm not sure. Oh. Okay.
Morrowind has always been a troubling place. Seems it is more so now.
So long.
Farewell. How are you?
Fantastic. Thanks for asking.
Best way to take out a skeleton is with a big weapon. Forget spells.
Excuse me. Gonna have to talk funny for a little while. Gotta put a cough lolly, throat lozenge, whatever you want to call it in.
Imperial goods in the land of the Ultimate.
It seems Somerset Island has become a much more dangerous place.
Goodbye.
Absorb magic tome, eh? I might as well read that. I don't really want the spell, but once I know the spell, I might be able to enchant gear with it. I think the guys that are here are most... Oh, there's a couple.
Whatever it was, it's gone now. Guess it was nothing. Who's there? Who's there? Where are you? This ends here!
Who are they attacking? They're not attacking me. I think that's most of them dead. Oh. Damn it, I flinched. Well, that time it was good that I flinched, but... Oh, we had a crash. Not fun. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Yeah, well, I gotta say, I don't get many crashes with Skyrim anymore. And yeah, I haven't saved in here at all, so we lost all of that progress. Damn it. Keep flinching when I shoot. For some reason. Big save. Oh, that's right. I've got to do this all again. Where are you? Everything else there looks okay. All right. Let's try this again.
Hello? Who's there? We can only subside quickly. See, you too. Where did you go? Come out where I can see. Where are you? Where are you? You elves are all the same. And no fury.
Yeah. The NPC small talk is... Yeah, you're right. Oops. So annoying that you cannot put your bow away after you've drawn it. You've got to shoot it. I think that's most of the guys down there dead. Oh, there's one running around there still. Okay. Quick save again. I could just jump down there, but I'm hoping that by going over this way, it might I was hoping it would break line of sight and I'd get my stealth back, but it does not look like it's going to do that, because that big gold eye in the middle there means they know where I am. Really can't carry too much more at the moment. So even though it's going to take a little while, let's go and sell. So, as it is with most games, early game you want a bit of money just to make things easier. So I'm going to loot like crazy, but later on I'll hold myself back a little bit. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. I meant to do that.
How goes it?
Hello.
What have you been up to?
What kind of deal? I offer the finest goods and lowest prices in all Cyrodiil. A fine. You've made that. You've a fine transaction. That's more than I'd usually pay. You got a great deal. Come back and... Goodbye. Please, come again.
That already, yeah. Now I got that. I just didn't get that guy. Or this guy. I can't remember if there's anything down in the water. Doesn't look like it. But we'll go around the other side and have a look. I could just go through the water, but... I can't remember if there's anything up here either. Because this is another way to kill all those guys, is stand up here and shoot them all. I'm more just interested if there was any loot up here, but there isn't. Okay. Just in case. Bandit Hedge Wizard. Right. That's everything in here. How much am I carrying again, though? Yeah, I don't have a lot. Carrying capacity left, so we might go back and sell this quickly, because it won't take long. Although, no, we won't. What we'll do is we'll leave here and we'll head to the next is this the way we want to go? No, we want to go this way. Head further along the road to, where are we going? Ultimately, we're going to Chorrell, but we need the Waynham Priory. There's another one about here somewhere, I think. Might be right there, actually. It's really annoying that I can have a stack of these apprentice lockpicks. Oh, look. That's good. Fur armor seems to have the same, at least at the moment anyway, it seems to have the same armor value, but less durability. Maybe. Let me just see if there's anything on the wiki about items, armor. Well, fur is the level 1 light armor and leather is the level 3. Rough leather. A full set of rough leather is better than a full set of fur. Oh, no, sorry, weighs more. Oh, that's right. Okay, that's good. Oh, but it does say the armor rating is higher too. Because this only shows... The problem here is this only shows integer values. So, first of all, let's repair the stuff I'm wearing. So it says my armor value at the moment is 6. With a shield, it's supposed to be, rough leather is supposed to be 20. Without it, it would be 13. And the fur armor is supposed to be 16. Would be 14 without the shield. So that's supposed to be 2. And that's supposed to be 4. And that's supposed to be... Oh, 2. Sorry, that's supposed to be 5 armor. And that's supposed to be 2. I don't know why they're not. But the fact is, if I switch back to this rough leather stuff, that value there at the moment doesn't change. But the weight of the rough leather armor is more than the fur. So I'm looking to ultimately swap them out. Actually, that was the other thing I was complaining about, though, wasn't it? I can have a stack of apprentice lockpicks, and if one of them breaks, I can have those on my hotkey, and if one of them breaks, I can just hit the hotkey again and it works. But right now, the hotkey for the torches, see how that number 5 no longer has a torch in it? 5 was my hotkey for torches. So when that torch burns out, it doesn't replenish the hotkey, which is annoying. Not that I really need the torch out at the moment, to be honest, and I probably do want the bow because there is at least one nasty person here. Yeah, bit of strategy with the blade works wonders. Was that some more... I don't know if I want to take that iron mace, actually. Oh, no, it didn't move me down. Was that some more fur gear there? Fur... Oh, I already should have switched to the fur ropes. We don't have gauntlets or a helmet yet. Quick save to make sure we don't have a problem if we do crash again. Much carrying capacity. Oh, I've got a bit of carrying capacity, actually, more than I thought I would have. How am I missing that badly? I don't know if it's going over the top or if it's... I was going to say that had to have been close. And then the wolf does some weird sidestepping down the hill. How does a wolf have a silver fork? I suppose maybe he ate one at some point. I'd really like to get some of those arrows that missed back if possible. I'm just not seeing them. Right. Now, I don't remember there being any bad guys inside here. But, ooh. Potion on the ground. Might just, I have yet to use any of my potion stack, but I might just drink that. Get me up to full, because there is going to be this guy here who wants to steal from me.
Take that. Now you will know pain.
Okay. That's the way it's going to be.
I'll hack you to pieces. You're outmatched, elf.
Damn it. Today you die. Oh. This is the part where you... Finally. Okay. Do a quick search of the inside of the tower. And then we'll go and sell everything and come back and do the dungeon. Nothing useful there or interesting. Over encumbered. All right. Let's just have a quick look at how we're doing. So you can see progress to the next level is 0 because we haven't leveled any of those skills. But our minor skills, armor is coming up, athletics is coming up, blade is coming up. Glad that's at 18. I want to get that over 25 as quickly as possible. Restoration, that's going really slow, but it's getting there. Acrobatics is we're working on. Armor, we just got level 25, which means our armor is going to be more effective now, which is nice. Marksman, of course, we want to get to 25 as soon as we can. That one's going to level automatically, so we're not doing anything there. That's going to level every time we open a lock. That's going good. And Speechcraft, yeah, that's going to level automatically as well. So that's pretty good. Okay, so we need to rest for, let's say, 7 hours. Wait, anyway, for 7 hours, just to make sure the shops are open. And I might just repair at least my gear. Boots.
What kind? Let's do business. You've made a good... You've... A good price? That... You've made a good bit of... You got a great deal. That's... That...
Yep. Screw it. Just sell that stuff. I can always buy full leather gear.
More than I'd usually...
Hopefully, at some point.
You've made a... That... Thank you for your patronage.
Good. Just wanted to double check.
Please, come again.
Okay. Back to Fort Ash. Someone behind that door. I can see a little glint of fire in between the door there. I thought it was a torch. Where'd he go? Oh, yeah. Can't see him properly. All those arrows are mine that missed. Nothing down there. Oh, that's right. I remember this room's a trap. There's no one alive in here. But as you get in towards the middle, see all the little dimples on the wall there? They shoot spikes, darts, or whatever. So let's see what this... Yeah, take all of that without getting too close. Strange that it didn't open both, but anyway. Oh. Just noticed those on the floor. Why is my endurance being drained? Did he have poison on his blade? Betcha. No. Well, not sure what went on there, but anyway. Okay, no one else in here. So that was locked. Got to be somebody around for my sneak skill to have been improved. Might have just been that. Okay, this is where we just were. Door there. Nothing else there. That leads us to the stockade, apparently. This is trying to tell me I've been everywhere. It doesn't feel like I've been everywhere, but I guess I have. Short sword. Okay, that didn't work. It's one more of these opens up that last one. I can't remember which one it is. Here we go. It was that one. See you later, St. Salvius. Thanks for joining, and take care as well. Okay. I remember rightly, and I do. Multiple guys across the bridge. Why is he green all of a sudden? Was not hitting the right keys there. And that was quite a fight. Like, okay, I'm at level 1 here with gear that is, you know, level 1-ish. There is no fight in Skyrim that is that hard. When you're at that level. I mean, this guy by himself I probably could have taken on. He's a normal goblin. But him and that skirmisher, I mean, the skirmisher just one-on-one would not have been so hard for the fact that there was the two of them together. I do expect you are probably expected to be a couple of levels up by the time you get here, but, you know. It's just overall, Oblivion is a little janky when it comes to the level of the opponents. And combat just takes longer in general in Oblivion. I should be healing myself here. Oh, it's just a rat that can see me. Bunch of rats. And really nothing else up there. Okay. No. Have I missed something in here? No, it looks like I've cleared everything. All right. How much carrying capacity have I got? Oh, plenty. Okay, that wasn't too bad. I mean, it wasn't the best thing that's ever happened, but he seemed more wanting to just I don't know. He didn't. He seemed to be healing himself a little bit, and he was summoning something, but it was not doing much. So it wasn't like he was zapping me with fireballs, etc. So it definitely didn't feel that hard. Am I going in the right direction? I feel like there's something funny going on here. Have I been turned around? I have. Let's fast travel back to Fort Ash, shall we? It's like, hang on a sec. Yeah, there's the... which way am I going? West. Yes, this is correct. This is the way I need to go. No, no loot containers, so we'll leave it alone. In fact, we'll do a full save. There we go.
I'm the shepherd here. Eranor's the name, and this is Waynon Priory. Take care.
Yeah, it definitely feels like the fur armor is degrading much quicker than the rough leather stuff was.
Yes? He's up. I'm Brother Joffrey.
Got you the Amulet of Kings.
I'm not the when with it. I am one now. His name is Martin. He serves Akatosh in the chapel in the city of Kvatch, south of here. You must go to Kvatch and find him at once. And I keep a few things here in.
Steel arrows, steel bow, steel claymore. Leather boots, leather cuirass, leather greaves. Over encumbered. Of course I am. By annoying amount. Let's try using the steel claymore as... Oh, I can't set that here. Hang on. The steel bow. It's going to be our new bow. The steel claymore. It's going to be our new weapon. I need to get rid of, what, 27 in weight. Well, that steel war axe is 35. Put that back in there. Oh, and we're still 10 over. There we go. Come back for those another time.
Hi there.
Hard to complain about living in... Welcome. Here, perhaps you... Goodbye.
Your first priority. I don't have much. Waste no time. You must find Martin before the enemy does. I know that you are on. Go with Talos.
Oh, that's right. He gave me a horse, which I don't want. Anyway. Let's head into... Oh, it's the middle of the night. Can we sleep here? And rest for 9 hours.
It's you. Hi.
It's you. Hi. Like, who does that? Who says that? Sure. We'll run up the road.
spare a coin?
Hello, likewise. Good day. Only the... May I interest you in...
Remember rightly, she won't buy everything I've got, so I'm going to have to sell stuff other places as well.
A good price. And you drive a fine transaction.
Now, I don't want to read any of these skill books like this one here unless I 100% know what they are, because that could level up one of the major skills, which I don't want to happen. So I'm going to just sell all. I could look them up, but I'm just going to sell them all and just not use them. Just don't take the chance.
Deal. Tell your friends about...
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Not open yet. Let's wait for 2 hours, should be more than enough.
How goes it?
Fine, thank you.
Hello. I can repair almost anything.
Yeah, I don't care about those being repaired because I'm going to just sell them to you right now.
Those prices and all. You. That's an excellent bargain.
Yeah, I'll sell that. I don't want to take the chance.
Thank you.
I feel like I do want to switch back. He gave me some actual leather, which will last better than the rough leather stuff. And then I'm going to sell the rest of that. Because I feel like the leather, even though it's heavier, it's standing up in combat a little bit better. They have to repair the other stuff way more.
Interest you in. You drive a hard bargain. I appreciate.
64 out of 210. It's not too bad. I guess I will live with that. Steel arrows don't weigh anything. Steel claymore is the heavy one. But we're going to give it a try for a while. If it doesn't work out, we'll swap back to something a little bit quicker. Right. So I could go straight on to Kvatch and start the main mission, but I think what I want to do is, I said there was these 2 dungeons over here that I always do, and I feel like I want to do them just to get... I need more experience in my various weapon skills, and the easiest way to do that is to go and do... There's one dungeon right there, and there's one in amongst all of that. Now, I can see one of the bandits over there. There's no way I'm going to be able to hit him from over here with my bow, so I might go and do this dungeon first. There is that imp flying around over there. Well, and there's also that crab. Damn it, I keep flinching when I release. I don't know why. Yeah. Damn it, couldn't get any arrows back out of him. Any sign of arrows in the ground? Not that I can see, damn it. Alright. How many do I have on me? 198. Okay, that's fine. That'll do. Now, there's two more guys over there. There's one there, and there's the other there. The good thing about these guys is they can't actually fly. What these guys do is levitate, which means they both fall down the hole. Gotcha. Let's get the torch out. See where we're going. There's no... Yeah, there's no other path here. I've got to go down. Eye out for arrows to recover. All right. Thought there was... Oh no, there's a tunnel here. That's right. I was going to say, I thought there was... Oh, there is. There is the rat there. I almost missed. And then down here... think there's also someone down there if you're not careful. Make too much noise, they'll come at you from behind. That arrow I just shot into the ground just then. Yes, I am going to be able to pick it up. Good. Thank you. Don't want the venison. Can't see any more of my arrows, so let's leave all that alone. Big save, there we go. Nothing I want on you. That's sort of the way out, I think. Let's go back this way first. Okay. Another guy down there. Beautiful. Okay. Hang on. Sideways cave, hidden lake. Oh, yeah. Getting turned around. I thought the tunnel, when I turned and saw the tunnel heading back up, I thought that was at a right angle to the tunnel that I was in, but no. Any more of my arrows that missed floating in the water down here? No, but there's one on that rock. And there's one. And there's one. Okay, good. There's another one. There's supposed to be more. thought there was another one around there somewhere. I don't see him. Oh, no, it's that one all the way down there. Lucky to be able to dodge like that. Okay, that's where we come out, I think. Somewhere up there. Yeah, right there. There's nothing in there. There is another guy in that area, I think. Or in that area just there. Yes, that's where he is. Let's get the torch out so I can see what I'm doing. All of that. Grab that. Grab that, only because it's good money. Good-ish money. Oh, there he is. Pretty sure that's all of them now. It's these things here, which I don't think you have to read. I always feel like there's something else hidden, like up in that top level up there that you can never get to. Or maybe that you can't get to early game, but later on when you've got high acrobatic skill, you can finally get up there. Because like you could potentially get up there if you had a good enough acrobatic skill. No, I can't at the moment. It just will not let me up there. No matter how much I try. We just got another... Oh, you know, I don't need that spell. No matter what I do, it attempts to bump me off. What have you got? Just an imp gore. No arrows. Well, that's annoying. Yeah, I always feel like... Because there's that... If you look up here on the map, you know, this goes... This huge area all up here is all this upstairs area. And there's a similar section over here. And I feel like there must be a way to get up there, but... Maybe you need higher level athletics and stuff to be able to jump up there. I'm sure those guys have got a long way to go to come back to me. Well, hang on, which way am I supposed to go from here then? Ah, this way. They don't have that long to go back to me after all. Still one more back there. Thankfully they don't hurt too much, those little fireballs. Or any of those spells. Oh, silver fort. Actually, I should repair that gear. Yes, I should. I don't have much in the way of repair hammers, though. Can't even repair it fully. Let's hope I can find some more then. This is where they were. Got any of my old arrows? No. I'm pretty sure there's another one down there somewhere, but I could be wrong. Don't see them though. Yep. That does not reset the torch. Have I done everything up here? Yes, I have. Oops, sorry about that. Knocked my mic. No, wrong way. It's this one here. Might as well take everything. I've got plenty of carrying weight at the moment. Not entirely sure where the best way to come down here is. Or I am, hey?
What kind of... Can I interest you in some of my wares?
How about I interest you in some of mine?
You've... You've made a good bit of gold. That's a good deal. That's... I appreciate your business. Goodbye. Please, come again.
All right. Let's just go over here and get all our gear repaired. Before we do anything else.
Welcome to a fight. Let me take a look at what you... Let's do business.
Sure. Let's buy the leather helmet and we'll sell our rough leather helmet.
Thank you for your business.
What I might do
Here.
is go to... There is an armory place over that side. Best defense. Heavy armor, light armor.
Let's do business.
Do you have... You don't. Okay, he doesn't have leather gauntlets. That's all we need to upgrade at the moment. Okay. Let's go to that other dungeon that I talked about. That one there. Let's get the bow out. One sec. Oh, that's fine. Okay. We got that guy. All the way down there. Wow, that was a good hit. I didn't think that was actually going to do it. Oh, you... There's something going wrong with my game sound. I didn't hear. I didn't hear anything during that fight. Hang on. There we go. I can hear it again. Care about the crab meat. Now, there's a good chance there's a second guy who is an archer. Right there. Somehow they detected me straight away. I might.
Oh, what's the matter? Is the baby gonna cry?
No, why would you think I was going to cry? When you were so easy to take down. Knock. Damn it! I thought I could pick it up without reading it. I forgot. Okay. Is the mage boy around? Sometimes there is a mage who appears. He does not appear to have appeared. So he will probably appear when we come back out. Yay, another repair hammer. definitely going to be keeping an eye out for. In fact, let's...
Come out where I can see you.
What even? Yeah, I think I'm liking the two-handed sword just a little bit. Just a little bit. Carrying capacity. Doing good. Okay. No, it's not what I wanted. That's what I wanted. But I also need to do some healing. Sure, I'll take those torches. Not a huge amount more I can carry before getting overburdened. But what I might do is kill the guys out here. And then the game crashes. One moment. Alrighty. I thought I had saved after this, but I guess not.
That schoolmaster is bad business, and the Renridra Crin are just a bunch of thugs.
Farewell.
Hello.
What's the news from the other parts of Tamriel?
Nothing I'd like to talk about.
Be seeing you.
Getting tired? Am I supposed to be impressed?
Huh?
Oh, what's the matter? Is the baby gonna cry? Jump on my sword while you can! Show me what you've got. Oh, what's the matter? Is the baby gonna cry? Now you will know pain. Ha! You
I don't know what he's doing out there, but there's a guy out there who thinks he's attacking me. I think he's behind that pillar, or that little one just there. I'm more concerned by the guy that went over that way.
Am I supposed to be impressed? I'm just warming up, you pathetic worm. Oh, what's the matter? Is the baby gonna cry? This ends. No pain.
You elves are all the same. All flash, no fury.
This ends here. What's the matter? Getting tired? Show me what you've got. Today, you die!
Yay! I got to level 25 marksman, so that it no longer fatigues me to hold the string down. Keep the bow at full draw. Alright. So that's the guys up here. Did it get the... Sometimes the guy that was around there will come up here. Can I carry... Yeah, I can probably carry all of those. I gotta come back up here anyway, because I can't carry everything else, so... let's just get the first of the guys down here as well. Oh, damn it. There we go. He's going to come up the stairs. Right. How much more carry weight have we got? Like a handful. That was too much. Yeah, that would be too much. How can I still be over encumbered? I don't think it was putting them onto the guy. No, it wasn't. There we go. All right. Let's quickly go and sell this. Yeah, probably. Whoop. What is my two-handed skill doing at the moment? My blade, I mean, 19. Yeah, I'm going to do a bit more of that. PM.
What kind of deal? May I interest you in some of my fine wares? And you are and
Yeah, I'm really going to need these, so I'm going to sell them all because they're a good source of gold.
good bit of gold. Thank you for your business. Goodbye. Please come again.
I'm Vernado. Not smart to carry around. Good day.
Right, I know we haven't finished this dungeon, not by a long shot, but because of that, I think I'm going to stop here. Because, yeah, this is long enough for today. I'm really happy with how this is going. I think I have gotten, no, in all honesty, I've done some practice runs and gotten further than this with this type of build using this minor leveling technique, where we're not going to level up any of our major skills, which means we'll never get past level 1. But because our minor skills, which we are going to be using, are increasing, we do get benefits from them. So, for example, at the moment, my marksman, I can now draw back and it doesn't fatigue me. Once my blade gets better, there's, I think, chances to do crits or something like that. You know, and then my light armor is slowly getting better and better as well, as is my sneak. All of these are going to help in the run overall, and hopefully it means that we'll be able to finish without having to worry about all the annoying details of leveling in this game. So, I'm having fun. I hope you will join me for the next one where we will continue on. We're going to do this dungeon, then we're going to head for Kvatch and get started on the main quest line. I may do things here and there in the middle of the main quest line. For example, I'll probably do a bit of the Warriors Guild stuff. I don't plan to do any of the Mages Guild with this playthrough. But I want to see if it's possible to get all the way through without leveling up and without having to worry about not sleeping. That's the advantage of this way of doing things, because I can sleep anytime I want because I'm never going to be able to level because I'm not using my major skills. So it's a complete reversal. It's a complete upside down way of thinking of things, probably fitting since I come from the land down under, but it will enable us to hopefully get through the game without feeling like we are under-leveled when we get to some of the higher level bosses. But we'll see. It might still be that some of the higher level bosses are just really, really hard, but who knows? So thank you for joining me for this, and I will catch you for the next one. Bye now.